Hello everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, and I just wanted to share with you a really fabulous little Etsy shop that I found selling digital downloads. It's called Designs by M&N. There are some beautiful, bright, vibrant images on there. Yeah, and you can find them on Etsy. And as you can see, this is an example of one of them. They really appealed to me because of the bold, bright colours, and the imagery on them is so lovely. So I'm going to be using this one that I've printed out, and I'm going to create a rainbow background for the image. So you can see the image has got kind of like brush marks in it. So I'm going for that style of background here. So I've started off with Dina Wakley Media Paints. That first one is Rouge, I think. No, raspberry. Then this is rouge, and then I think next I use yeah, then I think that's cheddar, maybe tangerine, not really sure, but you can see I'm leaving those kind of brush marks in the paint just to create that sort of a background that's going to work nicely with the image that I'm using from this Etsy shop. There are lots of choices of different images on there as well. I've got lots more to have a play with. Worth going and having a look at this lady's fantastic shop. So that is lemon, and then I've got lime. I'm just washing my brush and drying it in between. The reason I'm drying it is just I don't want to water the paint down at all. I haven't put any gesso on my page before I've started, so I'm leaving quite thick amounts of paint on the page, and leaving those kind of brush marks there. It gives that sort of impasto feel. It's quite a nice look really. And then this is turquoise. You can see this is going to play really nicely with that image, and of course plays really nicely to my love of rainbows and bright colours. Then this is the new iris, the new purple colour from Dina Wakley. And then that is, I think it's magenta. Yes, it is. And I've got my background created. So that needed a little bit of drying because it's quite thick. But before I dried it, I thought I would just scribble some circles into the paint because I've got quite a thick layer on there. It gets me started with the first layer of mark making on my background. And I know that I'm not bothering to put too many in the middle because that's where my image is going to go. So then I'm just cutting her out. She's just printed on ordinary print paper. I do have a laser printer now, so obviously this image will be permanent, it won't move. But if you only have an inkjet printer, goodness me, what's wrong with my brain? If you've only got an inkjet printer, then you just need to be a bit careful about whether you apply wet media over the top. So if I'd printed this on my other printer, I would just be sticking it in with a glue stick, whereas because this is a laser image, I can use gel medium underneath if I wanted to. I think I actually did stick this on with a glue stick though, just because that was what was on my desk. So she's going to go in the middle of the page. I thought I would go in with some stenciling first. This is a fabulous circle stencil from Darkroom Door, and I am using that looks like heather, so that's one of Dina Wakley's pastel colours. Sometimes using a pastel instead of white is a bit more subtle. You can create that kind of little bit of contrast without it being too bold. And then this is a Stencil Girl stencil. I'm just adding some little pops of colour using this lovely circly stencil. I do love circles, and you wouldn't know that, would you, from all these circles that are appearing on my page. So then I think I go in with another colour with that stencil as well. This looks like mustard, so that's another Dina Wakley newish colour. I'm just popping that on my page too. And then I'm going in with a bit of stamping. This is my Shoot for the Stars favourite text stamp. I'm adding that onto the background as well. using black archival ink. And then here I go, I'm going to stick her in. So obviously you could stick her anywhere at the side or in the middle. I'm choosing the middle just because that's the only thing I'm going to stick on my page, and I want to do lots of writing on this page. So here I'm adding some white splatters. This is a great way to break up a background once you've got it to a point where you're really happy with it. I do love the effect that adding splatters gives. Then a good dry, and then I'm just drawing some lines to guide where my letters are going to go. So this is quite a lot of writing that's going to go on this page. Yeah, and like I've said so many times, sometimes I journal when there's something on my mind, sometimes just for fun, just to play and move my hands. This was the result of something that was on my mind, and for me this is just the best way to process things sometimes, just by moving my hands, playing. I find when I'm art journaling that I can kind of switch my brain off a little bit, particularly if there's lots of things bothering me or worrying me. It's a great way to kind of unwind. And by journaling about things, it's another way to start to try and let things go as well. So it has so many really good benefits. So I'm using a couple of Posca pens. I'm using a really thin one just to draw those lines for my letter guides, and then a thicker one for the lettering. And what I do once I've got my letters all in place is go in, and I'm just laughing because I said do, it's a bit weird, it sounded strange, is I just go in and add some more depth to one side of the letters and a little bit of a line on the end of each letter just to kind of jolly the font up a little bit. So in a second you'll see that the letters have got thicker. And then I'm going in with a white Signo Uniball and just adding a drop shadow on, or a highlight I suppose you'd call it because it's white, onto those letters, and that just pops them out from the background, just gives them a bit more definition, and it's also quite fun to do. So go and check this shop out, Designs by M&N. I'll leave a link in the comment box below, not the comment box, the description box, and you can go and check out the amazing designs that are available on there. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed watching me create this fun, vibrant page using this great download. Just shows how you can take your inspiration from an image to create the rest of your journal page. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.